Mr. Marco Valder, thank you very much for joining in our discussion today. Now, it's good to know that you have very quickly done a survey among your business members about the COVID-19 pandemic. And it's good to know that the majority of your business partners are well prepared, have some compliments for the government responses. And also in the survey, you said that the immediate response to prevent the infection is that you kind of limit the transaction and direct interaction with the Chinese customers. So what are other actions that you and your business members are thinking of in this context?
So first of all, thank you very much for being here, and we are also kind of proud that we published this survey. And the reaction of the companies was really amazing. So first 2 days we received more than 80 responses, and it shows that everybody is affected by this situation.
Right.
You see, this outbreak of coronavirus, it's a challenge for the whole society, but also for the economy and for each company, as well for Vietnamese and also German companies. And what we can do, I think, it's a first step is to have a certain level of information and to see what is the situation right now. And you described already a bit the results that the majority, more than 70%, are really affected by this situation. I think the effects are mostly in two ways. Is interruption of the supply chain.
Right.
Especially the goods or the pre-goods coming from China. So they don't come anymore, and this is a challenge, and maybe here every company should see they have any other options to supply or to source these things maybe from other countries, right, or even here in Vietnam. And the second thing where everybody should be prepared, I think, is the shortage or the potential shortage of labor, of their own staff, because also privately think about the families with children.
Yes.
Now the schools are closed. I think here everybody should really prepare to have some scenarios how they could handle the situation.
And of course, German companies here have been working with many local business partners. So what are your advices to the Vietnamese companies based on the knowledge of the Germany's market? I'm not sure that in the Europe or in Germany this kind of situation has happened before, but any experiences that you can share?
I think, of course, more or less the same. So also to try to receive concrete information, maybe also to go in exchange also with other companies, with other Vietnamese companies, but also with their German partners.
Right.
To have active communication. I think this is really important, that every company has an active communication with their own clients or with their own suppliers about the situation, and be very open and very honest about the information, and then also be prepared for the same challenges. So what happened in interruption of the supply chain, and also be prepared for their own staff. They have also to be ready for labor shortage, and also, especially in the service sector, they also could think about home offices, to work with software solutions or cloud solutions. So be more flexible, and also maybe checking beforehand what the Vietnamese labor law is allowed to do to be so flexible as necessary in this situation.
Right. Just one more question regarding this, because 40% of the surveyors said that they think that the response of the governments are quite, is quick enough, and it's quite swift in this kind of situation. But in your point of view, personal point of view, what do you think that the government should do or continue to do in order to kind of curb the situation?
I think also here is the first thing is to be really transparent with all the information, to avoid misinformation, to avoid rumor. I think what the Vietnamese government did so far is really good. I think also everybody has a personal good feeling about that, about their reactions. And of course there are always small things what they could improve. Think about the situation with disinfection. So I think it's not a good situation that since days are no disinfection materials are available anymore, that all the pharmacies are empty. Maybe it's a challenge for logistics. Are in a permanent contact also with German healthcare companies here in Vietnam, selling and distributing. They told me they have to shift that by ship. It takes 6 weeks, 8 weeks. By airplane would be too expensive. Maybe here also the government could support regarding the logistic costs, maybe to have a share on it,
right.
But to give all this mask, the disinfection materials, to make sure that this is available very soon in the whole country. Just, of course, to improve the situation, but also to give each person and all the people a better feeling that they can prepare themselves.
Okay, great advice there. Thank you again for your contribution and your insight regarding this situation. And actually, in reality, like the SARS, when the SARS happened and the Ebola happened, it was not that serious as this time. So of course, we have a lot of things to do and a lot of experience to learn from. Thank you.
Thank you very much.